A long time and no talk. I really want to upload more videos. But it's just so hard to find motivation and time to get out here and like make a good video. I don't want to release like, I just want to, you know, total crap videos. I want to release some that make sense. And it's so hard for me to keep it all together. But I really want to try. And the hardest part is honestly just pressing record and setting it up every time. So let's see how long this lasts, if I can do this or not. Let me get you all set up here. I've been mainly on TikTok just because it's easier to keep do my work stuff there. I don't really do any of the Exocet stuff here on YouTube. Mostly that's all TikTok stuff. So anyways, I took the Exocet out to the racetrack. I'll upload a video here. And a lot of things broke. There's a lot of things that need fixing and adjusting. I don't have any room out here either. It's quite packed. Transmission mount broke, coolant line melted, or boost lines melted, fan wire broke. The other things I can't change would be like running a fuel cell. I just can't afford that. Because that means I just gotta fill up fuel. Alright, so where was I? So between each session, I'd have to fill up on fuel, which is, I guess, cheaper just to get gallons of fuel, or, you know, the jugs, and fill up between each session because this thing uses so much fuel. In a long left-hand sweeps, fuel sloshes to the other side. I might be able to get away with the Holly mats, but that's a hit or miss, and those are still like 500 bucks. I don't really know what to do about that. But things I can fix, the oil, check out the fan, see what happened. It hasn't ever overheated before, so I don't know if it was just flexing a lot. It's never overheated, and the wire just broke. It didn't look like it melted or overheated. Like maybe it was just crimped too tight and then it just snapped. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do about that yet. What else can I fix? The oil, I don't even remember what I'm saying here. I need a coolant catch, which I had up there at one point, but I changed a bunch of stuff and I didn't have room for a coolant catch at the time, so I left it off. So that's one thing I need to change. But for now, I'm gonna fix the transmission mount so I can make it movable and get it up a little higher because it's really close to the exhaust. So if I didn't have it perfect, the drive shaft would actually scrape the exhaust. So my welds completely just blew apart. Right here. So here's where the energy mount was. And one time I had stuck a bolt through that was too long, and I think what happened is it broke those and pushed it off. But then I switched to a shorter one, but I think it was too late, the damage was done. And then I had this on a little box set up there, just like this. Well, you can, it was set up like this. I didn't weld it I didn't weld on the inside. I welded across here, and it just looks like a braze. It's barely no penetration at all. That's my bad. So I'm gonna have to get a lot better with my welding aluminum. I need to just think like, oh, it's together, it's gonna hold. I honestly didn't think something like this would even break, because I just thought, you know, I've seen some other jankier ones online, and I was like, well, if those don't break, mine sure, you know, how it won't break. But it did. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna replace, I got a new one from actually AutoZone carries its T5 mount, so it's super popular. They just carried on one of their aisles. It's an energy suspension one, so same thing. I'm gonna throw it on, or I'm gonna build a bracket, and then, yeah. Horrendous weld there. So what happens is I actually grabbed a stainless rod instead of an aluminum rod, and I said, screw it, I just left it. So now that the transmission mount is done here, I did notice these wires were hanging a bit low up here. So I had to secure these out of the way. One of them got real close and actually melted the black wrap around the wiring. Didn't melt any of the wires, thankfully, but I gotta like figure out a way to, it's still hot as heck from welding. Figure out how to get this up there. Figure that out next. Next thing on the list is I need to figure out a way to fabricate well, now I can move the car around, so I can drive it back to normal because I have a transmission mount. But the next thing I gotta do is mount the, I wanna do is mount the, what's it called? What am I thinking? The coolant reservoir. So I need to figure out somewhere to mount that. And I also need to bring the oil catch can lower because the way it sits, it's too close to the intake and it hits it. And that reminds me, I also had a coolant pipe, not coolant pipe, my blow valve. Was too short and the ends did not have a bead on them. I don't have a bead roller, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna weld a bead around them, and the ones that I had done have been holding. It's a little too short, so like I said, I'm just gonna extend one of the ends. I'm gonna cut one. I have some laying around here that have a bead on it, and then I'll just put it on here, and then I'll already have one bead rolled on the other end, then I'll just weld a bead around the other. And then I also was thinking about, well, mounting this downwards. This gets so much oil, or I don't know, I need to figure out a way also to fully, I have like little cracks and crevices that come through the firewall, like, cause it's not airtight. And when this thing blows off, it blows like, I don't know, smoke or vapor or pressurized. It goes every shift, smoke, not smoke, I don't know what it is. It's like the pressure differential between what's in here and when it exits. I don't know, who knows, I don't know. But every time I shift, you can see it, I can see it come up towards my face. So I gotta figure out a way for that too. But for now, I'm gonna weld this, probably point it downwards and move my catch can to, I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. All right, something a little bit exciting for me. I have been, oh my God. Let's see if I can get my tripod to stay. I'm putting electric power steering in the Exocet down here. So I felt like, I don't know, this thing looks massive here. My feet clear perfectly fine, but this thing looks humongous. So I thought it would just work if you just put power to it, but apparently it doesn't work like that. You need this controller, which you can get from like Singapore or something, or somewhere, I forget where, Portugal, I don't remember. I didn't want to wait that long. There's a place called ePower Steering, and then they're out of California, so I ordered from them. It's like twice the price. I think it was almost $100 or something like that for this. So these two are for the knob. These two are for the power and ground, supposedly for this. So if I just take this, this is just gonna be a test. I don't even remember. I have to redo so much. Not redo wiring. I actually have to clean this up so much under here. But anyway, so what I wanna do is, I don't know if this, let me see. So what I do is, I just have the powers clipped together, and then I just lay this on the battery over here, or the positive, and then hopefully, okay, so I have that plugged in, and I need power and ground. I think that, where the freaking heck are they? I have a couple wires here that should have power. I don't know where they went though. There's a random ground here. I'm not sure what this ground is for. I should have the brake switch wires here somewhere. I don't know where they went. Well, I know that the ignition switch has some power somewhere. If I just come in here and see, I should get, okay. And then this one is start, that's ignition. Strip some of these wires back here. I still have a 10. Do I still have a 10 over here? Okay, anyways, let's see if I can just get this here. So I should be able to. Oh, something's happening. I can feel it. I need to bolt this down. I definitely feel it. The wheels are on the are off the ground, so let me put this back there. Okay, here we go. Test number 1 with the wheels. So right now I can't. I'm trying the hardest. This thing's gonna move a lot, I feel like, because I don't think there's any bolts in it. So let's go here, burnt ground. Oh, I got electric steering, baby. Hold up, let's see. This thing's not. Super sweet. Look at that, one-handed, baby. So right now this thing isn't bolted down, like I was saying, so I gotta bolt that down. But that is one-handed, turning the wheels. Sick. I wonder if that's gonna be like driving. I wonder how much feel. I'm curious how much feel I'm gonna lose, and like what the feedback's gonna be. So that'll be interesting. But there it is, pretty sweet. And then. That's weird. So, oh, no, there it goes. Shut off. Cool. Alright. Alright, so power steering. So the adapter that I had only let me bring it up this high. Now, it does interfere with my feet only if I'm wearing big shoes, but it manages to tuck right here. So what I could have done, what I still can do, is the shaft in here is plenty long. I wanted to utilize the Miata stuff so I could reuse this thing to hold my blinkers and stuff and all that. So what I do is I'm gonna cut the shaft in the middle that runs down here shorter and probably bring this all the way up here because it can come up quite a bit higher. But for now, I'll see how it is, see how much bothers me, and yeah. Let's see, I redid this thing. I reflocked it to make it look a little better. And I designed a new button thing here for all these. Are gonna be able to put labels here. It's for my steering, launch control, all that stuff. And then this will be a pass-through for my tuning, my ECU. Anyways, so yeah, so that's all mounted up. I reflocked this and I redid the screen inlay and I did these buttons here. I paint that black there, that weld, that kind of came out like dookie. I'm gonna change these to black inserts because I don't like that's too much silver going on for me. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to make a video out of everything that I have so far. And yeah. So when I went out to my track day, I had a few issues that I needed to take care of, which I did. So I added the coolant reservoir now. I did not have one. Oh, reminds me the belt is still messed up. I don't know if I can get my alternator off to the bottom. Anyways, the belt's still off. Okay. So I needed a reservoir, got the reservoir. These beads, these pipes were not rolled and they were a little too short. There was no bead on them. And I flipped the ball valve down just to help with clearance of the hood, or it sprays the hood. Now it's just gonna spray that because I got way too much oil in my catch can between every run. And I think that's just the way this is designed, and nothing's gonna be able to help that. So I just have to know to drain it between each session. Another problem I was having, I melted some of these lines. So now I have heat wrapped these, and then any vacuum line that, you know, and it was a bit excessive, but I just wrapped these. Went over all these AN fittings to make sure they're all tight. What else? Yeah, I think the their trans mount broke. I fixed that already. Yeah, so just taking care of a few things. I need to switch to them. I need to get the new master cylinder from Chase Bays. I still have their old one I gotta return. It's been so long. Electric steering's in. I gotta finish wiring that up and put all these back up, but I want to cover all these again. Tape everything up, make it look super nice because it's kind of looking ratchet, and I'm tired of seeing all the wires. What else? Yeah, let's look at this. Actually, this flocking came out so good. I just went crazy with the flock. This time came out so much better. You just gotta go buck wild with it. That actually came out really good. I'm really happy with how that came out. I think I'm gonna flock the steering column cover too. And then I can't decide if I want to flock that or do the diamond. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this video and get something out there. It's been a long time, and it's really hard to get people coming if I'm not consistent, but I do my best. And this pipe came out hella crooked. Kind of looks like shit because this pipe goes down, and this elbow is just that's another weak link here. This little wussy elbow, it's so thin. That's probably gonna explode. This one's a bit thicker, I believe, in that one. That one's straight. Oh yeah, my fan wire broke here. I forgot about that. I had these butt connectors, luckily, that I brought, and I connected that, so I don't know what happened with that. If you can even see that down there. This butt connector. I don't know what happened with that wire. I had some sort of crimp. I don't even know what kind of crimp I had on it. It was heat shrinked and might have been a barrel. I don't really know. But it just snapped off. So I don't know if it got too hot and then just broke or what. So gotta keep an eye on that when I get back out there again. Yeah. Didn't really get much, I'll just overlay audio over the video.